We'll go for it. We're back with the Kraken. It is time for the draft. So for those that missed it, the end of last night, big moments. Dylan Genther, Brandon Hoffman, Zach Dean, Trevor Wong. A lot of big time players picked up on the free agent list. We did miss out on Anthony Cirelli. But this team is going to be something special. And it gets us to the draft. Let's do this. The draft order. We have pick number 9 and pick number 12. Now, if only there was somebody amazing out there to trade up for. Chat, what do you think about this? Do we explore the option of trading one or both picks for an amazing player now? Or do we just bank on trying to get two of the dudes who are at least 3.5 star? We'd have to take a look around the league. We would have to take the look around the league. People are saying get the 2 top 10. Alright, fair. I thought they'd be interested in seeing who was out there. I mean, shit, like Jackson Lacombe, although he hasn't really developed, but... You know, like Colton Parayko would be an option. I'm at least going to take a look here. I'm just going to take a look. Sorry to Deke Slayer, but Arizona doesn't really have anybody who's incredible. Nor do the Bruins, apparently, unless this doesn't properly sort every time. Gray Fox, it is good to see you. How are you? Yeah, Femis is there at 5 star. 2.5 ability now. Pano Femis had 18 points this past year. I do wonder, a player of this caliber, let me just like add in somebody randomly would like to just throw into a deal. Say Ryan Francis. I mean, yeah, first rounder and Ryan Francis for someone who's a 5-star potential still isn't likely to go through. So I think we have our answer. We're just going to bank on getting multiple players. So again, the draft order, the Toronto Maple Leafs have the #1 overall pick. The mock draft has them selecting Yuri Konechny, #1 overall. We'll see if that's what they do. The Leafs, with the pick, select Afanasy Cousin? Okay, they took a Russian. 29 points in 15 games in the Russian lower division. Well, he keeps a good temper. Huh. According to my scouts, this guy is trash. Oh my god, Toronto, no. What are you doing? He was projected to go 14th, and they took him #1. #2 is projected to be Finland Fours. It's New San Jose on the clock, I should say. And they select Dylan Duke. So that's who I really wanted. We weren't really going to be able to trade up to get him. But Dylan Duke is the most ready player. He's already 2.5 star. Again, 2 star is an NHL caliber player. Potential 4-star option there. The consensus has him at 4 star. Our scouts have him at 3.5. So interesting there. Would have been nice to get him. Had 45 points in 37 games. I really don't think we would have been able to trade up to get him, though. Offensively, I mean, already 3 stats that are looking real good. Good determination, professionalism, really good stamina. Is coming off of a major Achilles injury, though. So we'll see what happens with him. Yeah, Fox, editing is a nightmare. And for the record, with Cousin again. So the consensus is that he's 4-star ability or a potential, but our scouts hate him. So I think Toronto done goofed. 3rd overall, the New Jersey Devils. We've yet to see Konechny, Lindfors, or Jeremy Lachance, who was projected to go 3rd. And the pick is Cole Yzerman. That's one of the other guys that I really wanted. New Jersey with a very smart pickup there. Again, somebody else who's basically NHL ready out of the gates. Had 83 points in 59 games for the under-18 U.S. developmental program. Really good at getting open, puck handling solid, determination, professionalism, good speed and stamina. Pretty good pickup for them. All things considered, a 2006 birthday. I'm going to cry tears. I did see the Tanev picture, yes. Pick number 4, it is Arizona. We've yet to see anybody, including Johan Lundgren, out of that top 4 that was projected to go, actually go. Pick number 4 is Nico Schmidt. So Dylan Duke was projected to go 21st. Yzerman 18th. Nico Schmidt was projected to go 16th. So a lot of off-the-board picks right now. But Nico, 12 points in 24 games for Basel. Again, the consensus has him much higher rated than our scouts do. Really good temperament and professionalism, but everything else isn't looking too good, so... Again, we have a top-notch scouting department. If our scouts are right, then we're going to do very well in this draft. Like I said, like the consensus has Konechny as the number 1 guy. Our scouts are like, yeah, no, he's a bust. Or at least nowhere close to number 1 overall worthy. So either my scouts are totally wrong or they nailed this and we're going to have a very good draft. But next up is Buffalo at 5. And they select Braden Yeager, who was projected to go... Did I miss him? I feel like I missed him. Let's see, Braden Yeager was projected to go 15th. Let's take a look at him now, member of the Sabres. 3.5-star consensus on the potential. Our scouts have him at 3-star. Flo Daddy-O, take it easy, buddy. He had 92 points in 49 games in the AJHL with the Brooks Bandits. And he has probably the most impressive stat line so far. Good at getting open, good puck handling, professionalism, amazing stamina. So Braden Yeager looking pretty good as well. Good news for us. I mean, there is still one 4-star dude left on the board. This random 21-year-old goalie, and Semyon Sharabaran. And then quite a few 3.5-star dudes left. Or at least that was in the mock draft, my bad. Oh, that was on the draft tab. Yeah, Sharabaran's not that good. Not even close. But we do have the 3.5-star options here. Again, we have picks 9 and 12. I mean, if we could end up with Kiviharju, Dubé, Rosenberg, or 2 out of 3, I'm going to be very happy. Next pick is the Ottawa Senators at 6, and they take Kiviharju. So that dream just went up in smoke. Kiviharju projected to go 5th to Buffalo. He ends up going 6th to Ottawa. Again, the scouts have him at a ridiculous consensus, or at least the consensus has him up there. Our scouts still have him as pretty good. He had 25 points in 37 games for Kokkola in the 2nd-tier Finnish league. Yeah, he's going to be one hell of an offensive defenseman. Incredible agility, incredible offensive stats for Aaron Kiviharju. Those are fantastic numbers. Maybe it would have been worth looking at potentially trading up here. He looks like a fucking pick and a half there for Ottawa. Number 7, we have the Anaheim Ducks. And they go for Pedersen. Jesper Pedersen. In the mock draft, again, Kiviharju was 5th. Pedersen is projected to go 28th. Nicky, take it easy, buddy. He ended up going 7th. Scouts have him at 3.5. We have him at 3. Played in a couple of different leagues. I mean, decent in terms of passing and puck handling. Certainly not as good as the man who went before him. And then the last pick before we get a crack here, you see, it's Dallas at pick number 8. And again, I am guaranteed to get either Dubé or Rosenberg. Dallas takes Berkeley Catton, who was projected to go 31st. Center, Berkeley Catan. Notre Dame Hounds, 35 points in 44 games this past year. To be honest, he's not that bad. Very well-rounded offensively. Very well-rounded offensively. Not great at anything right now, though. So that brings up ye old Seattle Kraken. And again, looking at who our scouts have in terms of potential and ability, it is 3.5 star is the best. So we are looking at, again, either Braden Dubé or Mika Rosenberg. And looking here, looks like we'll technically be going off the board. Let's see. Yes, I believe the dog is fighting the cat in the other room. Dubé is not projected to go until 40th. Rosenberg at 36. So, we'll be going a little bit off the board here. So, Braden Dubé. I mean, our scouts line up with the consensus. He had 74 points in 57 games for the Brandon Wheat Kings. 5'11", 190 pounds. Ooh. Really good passing and puck handling. Really good mental ratings. Good acceleration. Interesting. Pure right wing, though. There's potential to develop an overall similar to William Karlsson. Interesting. This guy's have an AD. Lowercase d means I think he'll develop slower than average. Fair. Let's take a look at Rosenberg. Rosenberg is at an AC, also a pure right wing. Had 25 points in 49 games for Kalpa. SML. Big boy, too. 6'4", 231. Ooh. Good passing, good puck handling, good offensive read, good defensive read. Agility, balance, stamina, tremendous temperament and professionalism. Not much of a leader. Not the biggest team player in the world either. Mika Rosenberg might be the guy here. I think if we could only pick one, Rosenberg's probably it. I mean, unless we wanted to go for someone who is 1.5 star ability now, which would be Johan Lundgren, who's an AC as well. He's solid, but I think we have to go for Rosenberg here. I think he's clearly the guy. Might have some temperament issues, but that can be addressed. With the 9th overall pick, the Seattle Kraken are going to select Mika Rosenberg, the Finnish winger. Very happy to add him into the mix. And again, you know, you look on that right side, Laine, Rosen, Quinn, Pelletier, Ciernik, Genther, Rosenberg. Unbelievable talent level that we have here. It's insane. Pick number 10 goes to the Chicago Blackhawks, and they will select goaltender Giulio Anastasi. Not even the first goalie projected to go on the mock draft. Anastasi. Not even the third goalie projected to go in the draft. Or the fourth. Holy shit, Chicago. What did you do? Unless I missed him. Chicago, what did you do? Guys, did I miss him? Projected to go 106th overall. The Chicago Blackhawks take Anastasi. 10th. Holy shit, that is the biggest reach I've ever seen. The 5'11" goaltender. Now, our scouts do have him at 3.5 star, which is better than the consensus. He was one of the better goaltenders available. Posted a 928 with the Smiths Falls Bears. Holy crap. And good determination, like decent ratings for a goalie at this stage, but he's also undersized. Good luck, Chicago. And yeah, there are some injury concerns with him as well. Have fun with that, Chicago. Your scouts believe Anastasi may have significant upside potential that the scouts may have missed, but it's far from certain if he'll ever reach it. Huge, huge move from Chicago. With pick number 11, Nashville selects Braden Dubé. So we're not going to get Dubé on the flip side. So we didn't end up with both. Of course, we've already taken a look at Braden Dubé. We know all about him. So he was decent, but we liked Rosenberg more. Time will tell if we made the right choice. But we do have the next selection as well. And again, in terms of potentials, we have our 3.5 stars. The best overall is Lundgren, but let's take a look at these 4. And I'll leave it up to you guys to see who we take here. So first up is the Swedish center, Johan Lundgren. Put up 34 points in 40 games in the Denmark league at this stage. Salad, we will have a video out about my NHL season predictions before the season begins. So hopefully this weekend. I want to wait to see who makes their team at a camp. Or certain teams at a camp. So a pure center for the most part for Lundgren. Good passing, puck handling, stick checking, stamina, balance, great temperament. All right. Lundgren's not bad. Not bad at all. And was an AC. So, again, average development. Let's take a look at the goaltender, Maxim Lunacharski. Another AC, 6'4" at 17 years old. Played in the Div 4 Russian League a little bit this past season. Not the best ratings by default, but good mental ratings in terms of determination and professionalism. Okay. 9 for mental toughness. I mean, for a goalie, you obviously care about that quite a bit. Potential's highly volatile. Can't be sure what direction he'll go in. So if we wanted to go for a big-time goalie prospect, Maxim Lunacharski would be the guy. That's kind of the one thing that we're lacking right now is that dead, guarantee goaltending prospect. So I kind of like him. I like Lundgren too, though. Then we have Alexander Zaitsev, the 18-year-old, another AC. Potential lines up with what the consensus thinks. Had 37 points in 48 games in the VHL. Just tremendous. Ratings-wise, well-rounded, but only thing really kind of special is the passing. So I think I'd like Lundgren over Zaitsev. So that means it's between Lundgren and Lunacharski unless Hilding Janssen can put up a fight here. Another AC, left wing. 32 points in 34 games for Hammarby. Also, I love that this random playlist has a modified version of Wind Scene from Chrono Trigger. And Janssen, not the dude. Good determination and professionalism, but not the dude. So I think it comes down to Lundgren or Lunacharski, because this dude, who is the best overall player available in terms of being NHL ready, and Carl Sterner should be available a little bit later on. He played in the SHL this year. 21 points in 37 games, which is very good. So this guy is the most NHL ready right now. Good passing, good offensive read. But again, Lundgren has the better potential and isn't that far behind. So chat, it's going to come down to Johan Lundgren. Again, pretty damn solid. Or we take the risk with Maxim Lunacharski. Do we bank on the goalie or do we go for the forward? What do you guys think? We do have a shit ton of forwards and kind of lack a top-notch goalie prospect. What do we think? Lundgren or Lunacharski? Trade down to the 20s and go goalie. It's not a horrible option, but we can't guarantee he's going to be there. I mean, who knows? It's the one thing about FHM, it can replicate the draft a little bit more than the real-life NHL does, or like the NHL 21 does. Just because, obviously, you know, it can go like Blue Jacket style, where it's like, who the hell is this guy? Why did they have him that highly rated? Forward for him. All right, the support's there for the forward. We'll keep an eye on Lunacharski. Fair enough, Dallas. We'll keep an eye on Lunacharski, but Lundgren is going to be the selection here. Give me a second here, by the way. All right, let's do it. It's going to be Johan Lundgren who is selected here. So we had Rosenberg and Lundgren so far in this draft. And again, we are going to have to shop some people to go out and get some already established talent, because we are just stacked to the gills right now. Our next pick is going to be 33rd and 34th. So, big chef's kiss to this draft situation right now. Let's see what we got. Pick number 13 is Brad Sim. Was projected to go 7th. He goes 13th to Carolina. Huge injury concerns for the man out of Oshawa. Gigantic difference in consensus compared to our scouts. The developmental grade's not great. Unfortunately for him, he had 122 penalty minutes in 55 games, 44 points. I don't like that pick at all there for Carolina. Yikes. Catcher, that will probably be the plan. Next up, Vancouver at 14 take Tomas Hrabal, who was projected to go... I don't think I missed him. Did I miss him? Looking. There he is. Projected to go 67th. He goes 14th to Vancouver. Injury concerns for him. The development or the potential and everything lines up between the consensus and our scouting department. AC grades. 23 points in 29 games in the second Czech league. He's okay, I guess. Did win a bronze medal at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, but yikes. Interesting. Next up, Montreal at 15 takes Boyd Corcoran, defenseman from the Aurora Tigers. Boyd Corcoran. Projected to go 20th. So catcher, this grade here is their potential. And then this grade here is how fast they're going to develop. So. Or the degree to which it... yeah, that's what it is. And then, of course, you have your actual potential there. Fair enough, Donna. Hey, I got it wrong, too. So, yeah, you have your potential number, which, again, the consensus, your team scouting, and what your scouting department thinks. How well your scouts have actually, CA equals thoroughly scouted. And then, your developmental likelihood. So, yeah. Anyway, Corcoran can play both sides defensively. 41 points in 46 games for the OJHL. Looks good. To be honest, it's a pretty good pick for Montreal. That's a pretty good pick for Montreal there. Pretty well-rounded. Next, Shea Weber. Next up, Columbus at 16 takes Hilding Janssen. So one of the better prospects that we looked at. We know he's an AC. Again, the consensus didn't have him to be very good. Team scouting had him way up. Of course, we had taken a look. He's got some development to go. But, yeah. Oh, catcher, I know. It's very nice. Again, imagine if NHL 21 had this stuff. It'd be that much better. I hate to say it for them, because they probably want to originate some ideas, but it's like, take some of the ideas that are already out there. Next up, pick number 17 for Edmonton, Carson Wetch from the West Kelowna Warriors. Probably have another reach here. Getting kind of tired of looking for reaches because a lot of teams happen to be reaching for picks. There's another reach there for Wetch. Dusty, what's up, buddy? So a center. Consensus in our scouting department lines up pretty well. 68 points in 41 games for Kelowna. Honestly, not bad. Gold medal for Canada at the Holinka Gretzky. Under 18 World Championship silver. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good pick there for Edmonton. I like it. Let's see. Pittsburgh at number 18 selects Nico Oberg, defenseman out of Raimu Jyväskylä. I believe that was another outside the first round reach. And it wasn't. Pick number 29 was where he was projected to go. Injury concerns, consensus and scouting lineup. AC is not that bad. Let's take a look here. He's got a long way to go if he's ever going to make it. Won a gold at the under 18s for Finland. But yeah, he's got a long way to go. A very long way to go if he's ever going to make it. Pick number 19, the Philadelphia Flyers take Yuri Konechny. So the number 1 projected pick finally falls. He goes 19th to Philadelphia. The consensus was 4-star ability. 2.5-star was what our scouts rated him as. An AC grade. Played for a couple of teams this season in the Czech League. Well, you gotta realize that this like orange color is normal. This slightly lighter orange color means they're durable. So, orange is normal. That's what you're looking for. Konechny to the Flyers, right? He is not good right now, and may never be. He's 6'4" with good aggression, so he kind of fits the Flyer build, I guess, but like the passing, puck handling, bravery, determination, strength are okay. He's got a long way to go to be decent. Say hello to your new Radko Gudas. I think that's what you have, is your new Radko Gudas. Jesus. Let's see, next up, pick number 20, Colorado. Lunacharski's still there. Do we pull the trigger on this pick? Do we try to trade up, or do we just keep an eye on Lunacharski for now? What do you guys think? Because again, for me, I want Lunacharski or I want Sterner. If one falls, then I think we trade up. Again, it is pick number 20. We have picks 33 and 34. People are saying wait. All right, Colorado with pick number 20 select Alexander Zaitsev. So the other 3.5-star potential that was available. Alex Zaitsev is off the board. Again, he was pretty solid. Nothing amazing. Pick number 21. The Calgary Flames. The scouts are saying Lunacharski's our guy. If we take anybody, get Lunacharski. Let's talk to Calgary. Maybe. I don't want to give up too much, but I want to see what it would take to get this pick from the Flames, because the problem is it's still trying to trade for a number 1 pick. I have 4 second-round picks. So, yeah. Should probably use those. I hate to say it, but we'll add Barry to the trade. All right, Calgary. Calgary's in the market to trade down here. We also have a shitload of thirds and fourths from all the trading down that we've done. Well, it looks like we're going to be able to trade up pretty easily here. Cheesing or not. Let's see if we can abuse 7th rounders. Okay. Alpha Berry. The rights to Alpha Berry. 3 7ths and a 4th for Calgary's first rounder. No, they want more. Okay, well, thank God. What if we take out a 7th and add in a 6th? They want more. Okay, thank God. It's not this easily cheesed. Okay, thank God. The AI has some intelligence. Our scout's kind of an idiot. Like, oh yeah, no, they're gonna take this. No, they're not taking it. Alright, they're being smart. Ish. Let's just keep rounding up these picks. Alright, so yeah, see, they're smart. Thank God. Our scout just led me astray. Alright. Well, we're still gonna do it. It's the rights to Alpha Berry, 3 4th round picks, and a 5th rounder for Calgary's first rounder. We are easily gonna finalize that. And that puts the Seattle Kraken on the clock, and we are going to take this goaltender, Maxim Lunacharski, who I am very, very hopeful for. He's got a long way to go, but he is just 17. He's only 17. Lunacharski, welcome aboard. So from there, I mean, it's kind of clear that we want Sterner. Boston, you want to talk too? Well, I mean, we have an arsenal of draft picks right now. We might as well see if the Bruins want to negotiate for this pick as well. We might as well. And in terms of 2-star potential players, our lowest overall option is Andrei Malyavin at a 1/2 star. How many draft picks will it take to make this deal happen? Add in the 7th, add in a 6th. Okay, take out a 7th, add in a 6th. Take out a 7th, add in a 5th. Alright, we are going to have to keep slowly working our way up the ladder of draft picks here. This, of course, doesn't look like the deepest draft in the world. So I'm not afraid to give up these mid-round picks. For the rights to Andrei Malyavin, 2 5ths and 2 4ths, we're going to be acquiring Boston's first round pick as well. And that puts us back on the clock again, where we are going to be drafting one Carl Sterner. Really like this kid. 21 points in the SHL already. Pretty good stats. Again, the greens are great. This tealish color is even better. Carl Sterner is clearly the pick. You have to wonder if we could have abused this a little bit higher up in the draft, but Sterner, welcome aboard. Now the question is between these two 1.5-star players. So first up, we have Oscar Volet, I'm guessing? Volets. Volet. Oscar. Who had 32 points in 38 games for Red Bull Salzburg. And is, he's decent. He's decent. Nothing, Art Vandelay. He's nothing too crazy. Good shooting accuracy, good positioning. Pretty well balanced. I don't know if he's immediately worth waiting to trade for. And then there's also Macklin Celebrini. Macklin Celebrini, who won a gold with Canada in the Hlinka Gretzky. 55 points in 43 games for the Prince George Spruce Kings. An AC. Ooh. 18 screening, 19 bravery. This kid's going to be the next Patrick Hornqvist, except he's a center. Huh. He's kind of versatile on the wings, too. I don't know, man. I kind of like this kid. I kind of like the idea of getting a strong net front presence at center. Thomas Holmstrom stats. We have found our Davy Clarkman. Again, except he's a center. Honestly, I think I really don't want to miss out on him. I like him a lot. Let's talk to Florida. Yeah, I'll text. If I record something for YouTube, I gotta try to play non-copyright stuff. Catcher, I doubt it. Let's talk to Florida. Again, we have all of these draft picks from just selling and selling. Mobilize it. Use it. We do have a 23-year-old, but he's getting close to being NHL ready. Let's use Jake Furlong. I don't mind, but he's 2-star potential and only a star overall for the moment. Actually, with these 2 stars, what if I also use like Furlong? Like these 2-star guys, like our ceiling is so much higher than 2 stars, even though that means they're NHL caliber. I don't really like to use these players though. If they're 2 stars, I like to keep them, but I mean, this dude here, Stephen Wiley, 1.5 stars, he's 23. I mean, somebody's got to go though. Let's use Jake Furlong, as much as I don't want to. So again, we go to just our 2024 draft picks. Again, we take out the 7th, and we just work our way up. Catcher, it's a usable NHL player, but yeah, like bottom 6 type of role. All right, so we're looking at having to use a 3rd rounder here for the first time, but obviously it's worth it. And we'll have to tack on the 7ths to help push this through. Maybe a little bit more. All right, so the rights to defenseman Jake Furlong, a 3rd and 3/7. We pick up Florida's pick as well. And with that, I really like this kid. Macklin Celebrini is going to be the selection. Arguably the best player left in this draft. So, big fan of him. From there, I don't think we're going to trade up at all. I still have the 33rd and the 34th picks, by the way. So the big question, again, 3 stars right now is the best potential out there. So there is still Oscar Art Vandelay here. There's Vevalainen. I mean, we should take a look at some of these top-rated dudes left, but man, we might shop those 2nd rounders for players. Vevalainen, I mean, a D in terms of the dev pattern, essentially. Good ratings to start. I mean, as expected, he's a 1.5 stars. But, like, the likelihood of him getting better, it's dangerous. That's a real risk pick, and certainly not someone I'm desperate to trade up to get. And then there's also Jonathan Helander. Same thing, the dev pattern at a D isn't the best. Good passing and puck handling. So there isn't anybody here that I feel like bending over backwards to get. Although this dude honestly isn't that bad upon reflection. He is pretty well-rounded. And in terms of the scouting, A's and C's are the best we have left at this stage. There are no straight A's or double A's. So, there's nobody here that I'm extremely worried about picking up right now. So let's not trade up from here. Let's see if there ends up being anybody else on the board. Yeah, all of a sudden I saw the I saw the desktop audio levels spike, and I'm like, what the hell is up with that? Anyway, the only guy to really trade up here is to get this dude, but So let's see what happens leading up to our next pick, 33rd overall. I'm gonna go pick until human. So immediately with the next pick, Winnipeg took Oscar Art Vandelay. The New York Rangers took Tanner Howell from the Humboldt Broncos, who is okay. He's fine. The LA Kings take Sean Rios from the Tri-City Americans. Again, decent, not that bad. You know, Void, I'd have an assumption. Tony, it's all good, buddy. I'm not going to be streaming for that much longer. I'm pretty goddamn tired, so appreciate you stopping in, though. Chromiak. The other Chromiak. Again, not that bad, but nothing too crazy. Isaiah Ludington. An AD for him. I mean, Void, at least here, that would mean drinking. You know. Ludington's okay. Ish. Michael, I don't know how to say your name. You go to the Blues. Again, not bad. We know it wasn't the deepest draft in the world. So taking a look here. We have 3 3-star potentials left. Fair enough, Floyd. Let's take a look at these players here. If there's nobody that I'm sold on, then we just trade these picks. So there's Tobias Omen, who, I mean, the AC, the 3-star. Good at getting open. Certainly more offensive. Good stamina. Not that bad. There is this dude, Ivan Demidov, who is also a star rating. Chances those 3 stars are wrong. I mean, it just comes down to our scouting department, but we have a top-notch scouting department. Set 25 points in 39 games in the VHL. Hello! Good passing, good offensive read, good checking. Okay. I like Omen, I like Dedimov, and then there is Lukasz Riecki, who is an overager. Another AC. And trash. So honestly, Omen and Demidov aren't that bad. They're really not. I didn't like those two, even though they're the highest rated at this point. We'd still have 2nd round picks to then shop away. I think we're going to make these picks. Unless I can get someone who's like 4-star potential. So just like in theory, with Anaheim, could I get someone like Chaz Lucius with these 2nd round picks, and with adding someone like Willie? The answer is going to be no. At least not with even more. Let's go ahead and make these picks. So first up is going to be Tobias Omen. And with the very next pick, it's going to be Ivan Demidov. So very happy with this. Our next pick is 40th. And off the board goes Humphreys, Sladkey, Yakemchuk, Larson, and Skripachanka. That's a hell of a name. So again, this 3-star dude, I'm not a big fan of. He's an overager. The consensus is apparently that he's going to be ridiculous, though. But he's such a low overall. I can't help but feel like that the consensus is just totally off. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Like, even though he's still the highest rated potential option left in this draft. Unless we start looking at the 2.5 stars. And then there is Helander, who again is only a 2-star potential. He's honestly not that bad, but he's not really going to get any better, and that AD is brutal. Let's see, so then there's 1-star talents at 2.5. So first up would be Herman Swanson. Very reliable durability. He's an AC, 40 points in 47 games. I like the offensive ability, great defensive positioning, good speed. That is an interesting player right there. That is a very interesting player right there. Gold medal at the World Under 17 Challenge. Hold on really quickly. So we'll add that dude to the short list. Let's go back to the ability. Let's add Swanson to the short list. Craze, take it easy, buddy. Yeah, Sergachev, I saw it. He's very mad, and it's kind of hilarious. I genuinely don't care. There's also Austin Moline, or Moline perhaps. I'm going to go with Moline. An AC. Our scouts do agree with the consensus. Put up 51 points in 56 games with the Swift Current Broncos. Honestly, not that bad either. Pretty well-rounded. Nothing overly special. We also have Alexei Dontsov. Tony, take it easy, buddy. 37 points in 49 games. He is an AD, though. Yeah, it scares me off of him. We have Adam. I'm guessing it's Jecho? Jecho, I'm not sure. He's an AC, another 2.5. Really good professionalism, good at screening. Interesting again, but not completely sold. I like being able to draft someone who could do pretty well, though, on the 4th line. Elias Noster. Yeah, D rating there for the Swede. Really good shooting accuracy, so that would be nice, but that D rating scares me away from him. There's also Doka Milius. Perfectly sturdy in terms of the injuries. Has an AC. Good passing, good offensive read, good stick job. Not bad. Not bad. I kind of like him. And one more. Johannes Seidbach is an AC, a little bit higher rating on the consensus. Good at getting open, good puck handling. Pretty good physical ratings, too. Plays for a team called the Shamberry Elephants, by the way, which is amazing. You know, I mean, I think I agree with you guys, just because the consensus has him at such a higher rating. We could just give this guy a shot. There's really no reason not to. He was projected to go... I'm not even sure where he was projected to go. By the way, I don't think Lindfors has even been drafted yet. I can kind of see why. Let's go for it. Why not? You guys said take a chance on this dude because of where the consensus had him. We can afford to do it. So Lucas Rysicki, I'm guessing. It's a tough name to pronounce, but we'll go ahead and take him. And sim until our next draft pick. And Swanson is still there, who's the guy I would have taken. So next up, we'll take Herman Swanson as well. Pretty happy with that. The double there, getting everybody that we wanted. And that is it. We are out of this draft, I do believe. No, we're not. Pick number 65. Never mind. So who is left? We have 2.5-star options and quite a few of them. I want to pin the ACs. I don't really think the ADs are worth going for. So we got Berggren. We got this dude. I mean, Furman, unless you're wrong, but I mean, I feel pretty confident. Or unless I'm wrong, I should say, but I feel pretty confident in avoiding the ADs. If we can. Let's pin all of the ACs out of these players. And take a look at who the best options are, because I don't really think we're going to trade down or shop these picks to anybody else. Okay. So the best players available here. Let's look at the short list. First off, Johannes Carlson. Holy hell. Okay. Well, there's some injury concerns here. The consensus is a little bit better, but some injury concerns to say the least. And some of the worst grades I have ever seen. I mean, that's the lowest aggression rating I think I've ever seen. This kid had his lunch money stolen a lot. Johannes, I'm sorry, you're gone. Samuel Sedin, the 19-year-old. Good reliability here. The consensus has him a little bit higher than we do. What's with these soft Sedins, yelled Don Cherry. Not great. The checking, the positioning is okay. Very low aggressiveness, but a good checking rating. Just, Badger, I fucking hate you. I'm sorry, but Sedin's just not great. Matvey Gridin. 2.5. 31 points in 44 VHL games. Not bad. Not great. He's 6'5". That's not bad. We'll keep an eye on him. What about Liam Danielson, the 17-year-old Swede? A lot of Swedes. Another AC, 31 points in Denmark. Good offensive read. Everything else is pretty shit, if we're being honest. Sorry. I'm a Swedish dragon. You're out of here. Alexander Shaka. Talk about someone who could fit in with the bitch pigeons. Shaka. Consensus is a little bit higher. Really just a good face-off, man. Everything else sucks. Well, I'm sorry, Shaka. You're out of here. Next up, David Fatkulin. Or probably Fatkulin. Fatkulin, I'm guessing. David! Another AC. Ah, the fat man. You're not as good. It's unfortunate. Alright. Move you. Jakobs Zarinch. The Latvian. Ooh, injury concerns. Yeah. We're not really seeing too much here, are we? Next up, Damiano Caviezel. Damiano. The consensus is worse. Ragai dropping. That beautiful, beautiful raid. You'd love to see it. How'd the stream go, buddy? This guy's also just not great. Oh boy. And one more player that we kind of had a look at here. And it is Martin Berggren, the 20-year-old overager, who has apparently been identified as better than what the consensus has him. Guys, I'm not feeling it here with like any of these picks, if we're being honest. This dude was the best option by far, and it's not great for being.
More power than you might be giving yourself credit for. You have something that's going on in your life.
Abrahamson.
Challenging.
Good professionalism and determination. I like that, but.
A reminder.
So see, yeah, this dude was a consensus 4-star goalie. Our scouts have him at 2-star though. There is a chance that we are just going to trade out of this draft. Bevelainen's up there in terms of the ability and the potential, but I don't like the AD in terms of the growth. We might as well just go for Anssi Bevelainen here. I mean, he has some promising aspects to him. It's just that low development. Let's go ahead. We'll give this guy a chance. Why not? Hope for the best here. We also have the next pick as well. God damn it. We're gonna go for Helander as well. Why not? Just take the highest rated dudes remaining instead of trying to trade down. We have another pick coming up here anyway. And again, it just leaves us with a bunch of dudes that we've already looked at, unless we look at the ADs now that we didn't look at before, out of pure desperation, just to see if maybe, possibly, magically, any of these ADs with their lower development are worth it. So we got 4 players, including the Romanian George Novaciu. Oh yeah, Furman, I mean, that's what we're getting down to at this point, is just shopping these picks and moving on to next year. That is what I've been considering. Simon Zether. He's okay. What about Martin Larson? Absolutely not. And Otso Talo. No. So, I mean, at best, like, our scout suggestion is Christopher Hasler. Alright, never trust our scouts. Yeah, I mean, at best, like, we could go to the mock draft and, like, see who hasn't been taken yet. But yeah, at this stage, I'm just not really digging it. How many picks do we have left in this draft? Well, 2/3 and 2/6. Let's go to Anaheim. Say we add in the rights to good old Stephen Willie here. Anaheim, what are you willing to give up for next year's draft? Not a first. What about a second? I mean, I can get a second next year. I can get a third next year, potentially. Alright, looks like we can get like all of Anaheim's picks next year. Cool. So we're going to trade the rights to Stephen Willie, 2/3 and 2/6 for a second, third, and fifth next year. Thank you very much, Anaheim. And we will finalize that trade. So we are out of this draft. Unfortunately, the rest of the players available, there was really nothing special on the board. You know, like the potential-wise, some of the overalls were just absolutely brutal. So let's take a look here. The draft review. And we were in the running for one of the worst drafts. Really? We've never been in best draft or worst draft, and this year they pegged us to have one of the worst drafts. You know why? I think it's because our scouts disagreed so heavily with the consensus. So yeah, see, Furman knows, like, by Central Scouting standards, on paper, we suck. But that's because, again, our scouts differed so heavily from the Central Scouting reports. So if Central Scouting was right, we're screwed. If our scouts were right, though, that means we just nailed this draft. That means, in hindsight, we just nailed this draft. So I'm feeling actually pretty confident about it. Because our scouts did disagree heavily with the consensus that was out there. So Free agent wise, we are on 49 contracts, $9 million available. Again, in terms of goaltenders, you still have like Hellebuck, Binnington, Saros, Montembeault available. I really don't think there's any reason to panic to go for anybody. We have Högberg, we have Saville, who was amazing last year. Defensively, unless I sign Simon Forsmark, our defense is what really needs to help in terms of someone who's NHL caliber. You know what I want to do is go to unsigned and see who's on our 2025 deadline. And the only person on... Okay, we actually got quite a few people on a 2025 deadline. Which would include Swanson, Arvidsson, Laxo, McNamara, and Petra. All of whom I'd actually want to sign. So... I'm just wondering if I should sign these dudes a little bit early. Just to not run into the same problem I ran into last year. We'll consider that later on. Right now, let's move forward a little bit. Let's move forward a little bit. I want to see kind of what happens around the league, where some of these higher rated dudes go. See if they just kind of hang around on the free agent list for a little bit and take it from there. For next year's entry draft, Bob Kilmister has Brad Norman as the highest rated dude right now out of the draft. We have information on everybody already, which is great, but obviously we are a long way to go from that point. I think tonight, you know what, now that I'm kind of into this, I want to see what this team looks like at the start of the year. I mean, catcher, did you not know that that was a term? You know, for anyone who might be watching this on YouTube, let's just say catcher. Define catcher. A guy that receives anal from another guy. Were you unaware that the term pitcher and catcher exists, catcher? Tugi is a beautiful girl who loves unicorns and can sing beautifully. True and true. She's one in a billion. True. A true princess. True. Loves being thrifty. Yeah. And is a very one of a kind and never wants to be like anyone else. Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful sister and daughter. Okay. Will make a wonderful wife. True. And mother. I can't wait. But don't make her mad because you will regret it. True. She loves sweets. I mean, to hell, man. Like, this bot fucking nailed it. Oh, goodness. McSpanky, I will say, Jason Botterill going to Seattle was surprising, but he's an assistant coach. Or assistant GM, I should say. So, an assistant GM role for him is a little bit better. You know, it's kind of like John Ferguson Jr. The main GM in Toronto, yikes. Assistant GM for the Bruins, still yikes, but not as big of a yikes. You know? So it's all about perspective. I mean, you know, with how much AJ talks about Demko, that sounds about right. Alright, we are at July 28th, so we'll be able to see where some of these free agents went. We have that one roster spot. There is going to be a lot of roster turnover here, though. Unfortunately. Okay, what do we have? Oliver Wahlstrom for JT Compher. Victor Olofsson and the rights to goaltender Sergei Murashov. Toronto just traded the guy that they drafted #1 overall for Victor Olofsson and a goalie prospect. Toronto has traded the #1 overall pick for Victor Olofsson. Vegas deals Lucas Elvenes and the rights to a dude for P.O. Joseph and the rights to a dude. The Leafs agree to a contract, or at least dissolve their contract with somebody. Got some people signing. In our July scouting update, we basically have the majority of people scouted, except for that dude. This dude needs to be scouted a little bit more. Alright, so now we're hitting the point where our scouts aren't completely set for the next draft, which is good. Connor Hellebuck is still a free agent. Connor Hellebuck is still a free agent. That is very, very interesting in terms of how that could play out. Because we might be able to swoop in and get Connor Hellebuck for the season, which could be great news for us unless he asks for a no-trade clause. Development report, nothing happened except for Nick Liddy regressing. Marcus Pettersson was traded for Paul Cotter. And now, chat, the big moment. We get to the Hall of Fame induction. So again, the nominees: Boris Mikhailov, Marco Tulola, Yanni Latvala, Dave Taylor, Brian Propp, Gary Suter, Henrik Sedin, Roman Hammerlick, Keith Kachuk, Ray Whitney, Pat Verbeek, Teppo Numanen, Glenn Wesley, Daniel Sedin, Steve Alarmer, Bobby Smith, Patrick Eliash, and Chris, who should already be in the Hall of Fame, Pronger, who are going to be the Hall of Fame nominees in 2024. Your first inductee is Chris Pronger. So there you go. Chris Pronger in the Hall of Fame, where he should have been to begin with. We actually discovered that he wasn't, and alerted my friendos over, that make the game, that, yeah, they needed to fix that, and they did. Hall of Famer number 2, Brian Propp. Brian Propp. Over a 17-year career for 5 different teams, Brian Propp. All right. 1,000 points in 1,000 games, almost a point per game in his career. Flyers legend Brian Propp makes the Hockey Hall of Fame. And number 3 is Dave Taylor, the wrestler. 19-year career only with the LA Kings, over 1,000 games. Dave Taylor, Jesus, former captain of the Kings. 1,069 points in straight 11 games, as well as 1,500 penalty minutes. Good old Dave Taylor. And the last Hall of Fame inductee is Henrik Sedin. He goes in without Daniel. Oh, it's horrifying. Henrik Sedin never won an NHL Hart Trophy or a championship. Or he won a Hart Trophy, but not the championship. Henrik Sedin, though, makes the Hockey Hall of Fame at 43 years young. Again, 1,070 points in 1,300 games. The former captain. I should go put on that jersey right now. Henrik Sedin makes the Hockey Hall of Fame. Oh, God. Let's see, what else do we got here? National team allegiance switches. Any kind of hilarious ones? Not really. Not really. That's a shame. That's a shame. Let's keep going. How close are we to the start of the preseason? September 22nd will be the date. Everyone knows Daniel's better. That's why he went second and went third. But Henrik made the Hall of Fame first. So, I mean, everyone knows they're going to get into the goddamn Hall of Fame together. They were drafted together. They're going to get into the Hall of Fame together. Yeah, Ross Johnston, Olympic gold medalist. Look out. Look out. So I'm excited to see what our team's going to look like here at the beginning of the preseason, but I have a feeling we're about to have to shop a lot of really good players. Because we're going to have too many people where it just doesn't make sense to play them in the AHL. And like I said, Connor Hellebuck might still be out there. A lot of good players that could be sitting on the free agent list because they're looking for way too much money. Sure, the Sedins did everything together. They didn't win the Stanley Cup together. Frank. Ouch. True, but ouch. Ouch. Also, by the way, it is January 7th. Shout out to Lewis Hamilton. 36 years young, by the way. And a completely random thing I just saw on Twitter. It's Lewis Hamilton's birthday. What a man. I didn't know Australia had nukes. Now we know. Now we know. Oh boy. That's Sir Lewis. True! I gotta name the official title. I'm still not used to it. Sir Lewis. Sir Lewis Hamilton. Sir. 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 Anyway. It sure is, Nighthawk. It sure is, and I'm very happy about it. He was knighted. He sure was. And people now care about people being knighted again. Why? Because everybody watched The Crown on Netflix. Life-changing. Life-changing, I tell you. Oh, Dunno, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm surprised that a Scotsman is saying the idea of being knighted is ridiculous to you, you know? Like, that doesn't surprise me. Uh-huh. 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 Yaroslav Askarov has been traded to the St. Louis Blues. They go for now only 32-year-old Vladimir Tarasenko, who's still a point-per-game player just about in the NHL. So the Preds say, we want to win the cup now. Askarov's not developing as fast. Played 39 games in the NHL last year. Huh. Well then. And then we get our August scouting update. And just trying to make sure that we have A's across the board. I think we do. Rit dropping that lovely raid. Rit, how are you, friendo? How'd the stream go? Hope it went well. They still give out OBEs, CBEB. What the fuck's a CEBE? And an MBE. The B and E stand for British Empire. What empire? Oh, the Order of the British Empire. The SEB, the Certificate of Excellency of the British Empire. And the MBE is the man of the British Empire. You wouldn't believe the results when it first went to a 1. Dev Report, Letty, Ovi, consider Hogberg regressing. Member of the British, well. Montreal signs, dude named Caden Brown. Bunch of prospects signed, including Cameron Von Sickle. Alright, so basically a bunch of prospects signed. Which isn't surprising. Do you want a Flyers one? Fair enough. We're looking good heading into season 4 with Seattle. We just had an interesting little draft. The member of the British Empire, you see. Okay. Let's keep going. Nearly at the start of the preseason. The preseason. Yeah, we mobilized our stockpile of draft picks to trade up into the first round a bunch of times, because that's still kind of exploitable. Oh, I know, Donna. You are a nerd. How dare you make a typo or call a number a letter on the internet? Loser. How's it feel? How does it feel, Grandma? Shut your face, Grandma. I'm a dork, thank you. Oh, we really do need to make a t-shirt out of that. We had the bunch of nerds. 2021 now. We have... It's the year of the dorks, you know? It's the year of the dorks. Waiting for Hank Hill to bust in. Oh, are you? Well, if I switch to the Xbox screen, nothing's gonna pop up because the signal's not there. But...
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? What?
Ask and you shall receive. Alright, we have nearly arrived. The beginning of the preseason. We're gonna get to see what this team looks like. Playing franchise mode and Anthony Mantis asking for $9 million for 4 years. He's an 85. I mean, I'd ask for more money to stay in Detroit. Sorry, Detroit. I can't wait until the year like 2031. Wish I could live to see it. When suddenly like Detroit is spoken about like this, you know, bustling, booming metropolis. Like Detroit's gonna become the new Monaco. It's gonna be great. My mom tells me I'm a winner. I know, Void. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, welcome to the preseason. And we're gonna get to figure out what this team looks like. Evan Bouchard for Matt Duchene, Jesus Christ. Mikko Rantanen re-signs in Colorado, $8.8 million cap hit for the next 6 years. Patrick Kane has been traded to the Calgary Flames. Patrick Kane to the Calgary Flames. Hot dog. Also, the World Cup is now a thing. Joey Keane for Dennis Gurianov. World Cup group stage is finished. Training camp. Ooh, training camp development reports. Here we go. So a big +5 there for Kimo Gruber. Big improvement from Macklin Celebrini. Love you, Macklin. +5 there for Karki. Big improvements for Aversion. Demidov with a +6 for God's sakes. Petr slight improvements. +5 for Luke McNamara. Rysicki with a +3. Lenacharski a +4. Ho ho, baby! He's the steal of the century. Herman Swanson. Look at the improvements. Oh, he is the steal of the century. Big Herman. He's 6'1", but he's Big Herman to me. So glad we still got him. Let's fucking go. Big improvements for Mr. Swanson. So that sets the stage here. We need to figure out this roster. Now, I will look at the other teams later on. Skylander's definitely going down to the bitch pigeons. Dominic Bass, or Bassey, also going down to the pigeons. It's between Hoegberg, Bouthelier, and Saville for who wants to make the roster. Saville earned it off of last year, so we'll keep Bouthelier in the minors. Defensemen, Leddy, Atkinson, Cholowski, Drysdale. Michael Mastro Domenico is going to get an opportunity. I think we're going to give Simon Forsmark an opportunity as well. He went up to a 2-star offer. I do have to sign him. I can't sign him. Never mind. If I just got locked out... Okay, so if I just got locked out of being able to sign those dudes again, I'm going to be very mad. Fuck. I keep forgetting that the cutoff to sign people is August 31st because I always just simmed at the beginning of the preseason. Well, the only dudes that I'm worried about are Swanson, Aversion, Laxo, McNamara, and Petra, because it might not let me sign them. So I'm going to have to, like, cut some players off of this roster and sign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes. So we got to cut some players off this roster before the end of the season. Commissioner mode and edit it. I just don't want it to, like, glitch. I mean, like, I don't think it's a big deal that I don't have Dominic Peters signed for the year. And I can get somebody else other than Forsmark. So, I mean, it's okay. It's just kind of a dumb mistake. Alright, so that dude in the AHL. Yes. Demastro in the AHL. Good. Luke Prokop down to the AHL. So the problem I'm having here, though, is... How many players do I apparently have under contract? 49. Hellebuck is still out there. Interesting. So I guess the big thing here, we need defense. Do I really have that many forwards signed, I guess is the issue. Samu Tuamala, definitely going down to the AHL. Brennan Hoffman, definitely going down to the AHL. Chromiak has a shot at the NHL. Ridley Gregg has a shot at the NHL. We have Ovi, Trevor Zegra, definitely a shot at the NHL, and Ilya Mikheyev. Carlson, obviously, Nemesnikov, Rossi. Dominic Peter would have a shot at the NHL if I remember to sign him. Ratu's good. Master Simone. Thomas Bordlow will bump up for the moment. Ludwinski's got a shot at the NHL. Antonio Stranges has a shot at the NHL. Jan Mizak, we're going to drop. Actually, he's already been dropped. Can't loan him out. Zach Dean will go to the AHL. Tanner Dickinson is fine. Actually, what was Dickinson? 1.5. Wyatt Johnston, 1.5. We'll send you down. Oh yeah, we're going to be flipping some of the excess. Catcher, I signed Francesco Pinelli for you, though. I hope you're happy. And then Trevor Wong will also send down. Furman, duly noted. I wish you told me that before. I don't know how it took you that long to tell me that. It makes sense, but thank you. We'll try to remember. I have to remember to redo the rosters before training camp or preseason actually starts. I gotta remember to do some of the stuff before August ends, but it is what it is. Alright, Dylan Genther's also got a shot at the roster, as does Simon Tyval. I'm trying to look at all the dudes who are NHL caliber here and just see, okay, who's worth sending down to the AHL? It's okay, Furman, it's all good. It's not your fault. Like, who's worth sending to the AHL? And, who's worth just kind of shopping? Okay. So defensively, we know we need at least one dude, if not two. All of the forwards in green are NHL caliber. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 forwards who are NHL caliber. Fuck. Okay. First step. We look at the Kraken players, we look at the oldest ones. Ovechkin refuses to be traded. Cam Atkinson refuses to be traded. Nick Leddy. William Karlsson. Yeah, all of our dudes who we gave no movements to are saying, fuck you, I'm staying. Ilya Mikheyev's on a pretty good contract, but I think it's best to move him. And also, salary cap wise, I'm a little bit scared for where we might be. Let's shop Ilya Mikheyev, even though he's useful. Better to just shop him now. Can you get this game on Mac? I think so, but I can't speak to that 100% just because I'm not familiar with Mac at this point. Raphael Harvey Pinard, no. Obey Kubel, no. I need a useful defenseman like Mackenzie Weegar. Or a pretty good prospector pick. Steam says yes with Mac. There you go. Jake Gardner, no. Maxime Mamine, no. JVR, no. Drew O'Connor, no. Rosetta, Jay Picard, Blake Lazat, Sheelington, no. Siegenthaler, no. Nolan Patrick, who we had before, no. Chris Tierney, Stelio, Christian Fisher, Brandon Coe. If you do, McSpanky. Pinned tweet on Twitter. There will be a discount code awaiting for you. Ooh, Isaac Bellavo. Not that bad. Sandberg. Connor Murphy. Or Guru. So I mean, Murphy's 2.5 star. Uyghur's 2.5 star. Bellavo's 2-star with 3-star potential. I like the idea of picking up Isaac Bellavo. Oh yeah, for an offensive defenseman? Let's go. I definitely like the idea of picking up Isaac Bellavo and giving him a shot. So, Ilya Mikheyev, you've been a good servant to this team, but we need to get some younger talent in here. So, we're going to pull off this trade and acquire Isaac Bellavo from the Florida Panthers. And he will be the 6th defenseman on this team. The question now, again, out of these players, who is worth keeping? Chromiak is 3 stars. If anybody, I don't think anybody's going to be 2.5 star. And Thomas Bordlow really just hasn't made it for us, though, unfortunately. I could just, like, send Cam Atkinson down to the AHL. And just play him in the AHL. But, again, I do have some players where it's like, yeah, I need to get rid of you. Yeah, Nemesnikov's a beast for sure. See, here's the problem, though, right? It's like we have these players where it's like, okay, something's got to give here. In terms of, like, is it worth sending Ratu back over? Like, Ratu, for example. Is it worth sending him back to Finland? Worth trading him? Probably still worth investing in him long term, but it's like, he's not... Like, unless we are able to move William Karlsson, like, he's a 4th liner for us. That's awful. He's just not going to cut it there. AHL stint. I mean, he has been playing overseas, so maybe. Graham Clark and Ryan Francis are both a little bit older. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I need to get the numbers down. I'm gonna try to send down Cam Atkinson. As unhappy about it as he'll be. I can't send down William Karlsson. I can't send down Ovechkin. Fuck. Bunch of 22 2-stars. It's a tough call on these forwards. I think at the very least, though, like I said, I have certain guys I gotta get rid of. Pinelli is, I hate to say it, but he's 2.5 star. I'm gonna just shop him really quickly. Actually, let's just go outright to a trade offer. I just need to move a bunch of players off of the roster and just get it prepared that way. So for the 2.5 stars, Ryan Francis, Pinelli, hate to say it as well, but I think big boy Jack Finley, Graham Clark, you guys all gotta go. And then it's just veterans there at the bottom. But we should be able to get a hell of a return for these 4. Can't get a 1st rounder. Anaheim's not willing to budge. But future seconds? 2 future 2nd-round picks for a bunch of dudes I need to clear off roster. That is not a bad way to go. So I'm going to take this. It's Ryan Francis, Francesco Pinelli, Jack Finley, and Graham Clark for 2 future 2nd-round picks there from Anaheim. We know they're going to accept it, so we're just going to force that one through. Clear these guys off roster. That allows Gaidamak to show up now as well. Let's just keep doing some spring cleaning here. Let's go to players again. See, I have the 2.5 stars. It's just a bunch of dudes I can't flip and get rid of right now. And as far as the players that we have rights to, any 2 stars, I hate to say it, are probably going to go. Even if it might come back to haunt me. Well, maybe not. Who do I have to sign? Unsigned again, 2025. There were 5 dudes. Swanson, who I want to make sure I can get. Aversion, Laxo, McNamara, Petra. Okay. And right now, we are on 45 contracts. But we still got to figure out the forwards here. So, Guy to Mac is definitely down to the Pigeons. And then out of these green forwards, some people still got to go. We do have a bunch of these 3-star, 3-star potential, 2-star overall guys that we could look to move or just send down. Lewinsky we can send down, yeah. Okay, so in theory, right now it's Ovechkin, Carlson, Nemesnikov, Rossi, Ratu, Master Simone. I'm going to send down any 2-star player and see who's left, maybe? Actually, here. Let's open up the old word pad. So, the only guy safe right now, you got to be over 2-star to be safe. So, we have Ovi. William Karlsson, Nemesnikov, Rossi. Carlson, McSpanky, thank you for that. Nemesnikov, Rossi, so we have 4. Ratu is 5. Master Simone is 6. So we have 6. Thomas Bordlow should technically make this team at a 2.5-star. Line A is good. Rosen, Quinn. Line A, Rosen, and then Quinn. Pelletier. I do kind of care, baseball fan, I do. Okay, so that leaves us with 1 more forward needed. And it could just be Cam Atkinson, and then we send down the rest. So I think that's what we're going to do. So if you are a 2-star player, you're going to get sent down. So Trevor Zegra, going to be sent down. Ridley Gregg. This AHL team's going to be amazing. Martin Chromiak is going down. We have Carlson, Nemesnikov, Rossi, Ratu, Master Simone, Bordalo. Lewinsky is going to go down. Stranges is going to go down. After Bordalo, we are looking for Line, Rosen, Quinn, Pelletier. Call Atkinson back up. Ganther, Simon Tyval, and McLennan all go down. So those are the 12 highest rated forwards that we have. I mean, it's not bad. I just clearly need to clear out some of these other forwards. It's just a matter of who. That way we have room to sign people now, and then room to sign people and not have to worry about contracts. Technically, this team is above the cap floor as well. And honestly, it's okay. Like, I honestly wouldn't expect this to be a playoff team this season. As Sammy dropping the raid. Sammy, buddy, what is going on? We'd actually have Atkinson, and Max Nemesnikov might be our first homegrown captain on this team, but for now it's still Ovi. So what are we at now in terms of contracts? We're at 45. So in theory, we could go out with our 21 million in cap space and just be like, Connor Hellebuck, come on down. And then maybe try to flip him. Wouldn't let us flip him, and it would take like $11 or $12 million to sign him for the year. I just don't think we're gonna sign him. Sammy, how'd the stream go, buddy? I hope it went well. I have no idea what you were up to tonight, but I hope it went well for you. Yeah, there is no reason to go for any of these goalies. We should be fine. Bennington wants $8 million, nearly $9 million for 6 years. Yeah, no, we're gonna be fine. Just ignoring that. We are going to want a depth defenseman or two, though. And the best defenseman right now out there is Nikita Zadorov. We have a couple of 2 options. Constructive talks and some franchise. Fair. Kind of getting the itch to play MLB again. Get Bennington. I mean, is he really that much more of a help? Like we saw what Hogberg and Saville did last year. I really don't feel like paying any goalies. I'll say, I mean, we've made the playoffs 2 of our first 3 years. We just sold pretty heavily. Absolutely, stacked to the gills with prospects, but now it's a matter of waiting it out and waiting for them to be ready. Okay, so amongst these defensemen, we need... I mean, there aren't going to be any of them who are ready in terms of, like, prospects, so we need to look, honestly, probably at signing Zadorov. I think no reason not to. So we will cut out the extra year and add in a couple $100K, and we are going to sign Nikita Zadorov to a contract. And from there, hello Herms. Oh, Herms, you're far too kind, buddy. It has been an interesting time, hasn't it? But I thank you for that, buddy. Kind of upset you don't have a jersey for me. Alright, chat. Who do we go for? I mean, signing Brendan Dillon as well and just getting like all the heavy hitters would be pretty hilarious. You know what? Out of this, who has the best leadership? Duncan Keith is available, huh? Huh. Well then. Sebastian Aho, new first line center, right? Sinkeldam. And patrons talk me down for making a post. Fair, Herms, fair. I mean, again, I had the conversation. For you, it might be a bad idea. Again, I don't blame anybody who's just like, hey, I'm not gonna talk about this stuff because oftentimes it's not worth the headache. But I'm genuinely at a point where I don't really care if I lose viewers, subs, money for speaking my mind on some of these topics. But again, I don't blame somebody like you. I don't blame somebody like Jugsy from the MLB directory there, who I had that conversation with earlier. Yeah, it doesn't make too much of a difference to me. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna speak my mind anyway. Let's go for 41-year-old Duncan Keith. I'm just saying a jersey post, not a thread or anything. Ah, Herms, fair enough. Well, what post? Oh, so you're just talking about like, oh, a post about like, hey, this is a jersey after everything that went on. That's fair, because I felt that way about streaming, where I'm just like, do I want to do anything? All right, so let's also sign Duncan Keith here. So we have Zadorov as our 7th defenseman. Duncan, you're immediately going down to the minors. At least you're on the roster. My whole base lane's left anyway. It's all broke 20-year-olds. Fair! Fair. Fair enough. Alright. And really quickly there, we need a depth forward. And then we gotta move a few more people off the roster. I guess I'm getting this team set tonight. I mean, fuck it. It's almost 3 in the morning anyway. Let's see what we got. Carl Hagelin, Anthony Duclair, Jesse Puljujarvi, Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel. Let's take a look, though. Who's pretty much just going to be okay with chilling and not doing much? So we're looking with someone that has a 17 and a 15. We are looking at Adam Brooks or Adam Ernie, huh? Well done. Let's go for Adam Ernie. Congratulations, Adam. Fair enough, Herbs. Let's, oh, Adam Ernie doesn't want to talk to me. Cool. Adam Brooks. How would you like to sign a contract to be my depth forward? Perfect. So that is going to be the roster right now, at least the starting roster. Right now we're on 48 contracts. Again, I need at least 5 roster spots open. So who else is getting dealt here? Don't know, that was one of your worst ones yet. I commend you. So right now, obviously Keith, Brooks, Todorov, Atkinson, Ovechkin, Liddy, and Hoiberg all have to stay. So right now I'm looking at having to shop 3-star players. I mean, Sam Alfano, really fucking good in Peterborough, though. And then there's a bunch of the 22-year-olds that are pissed that they're not at the NHL level. Are those the guys worth getting rid of now, just to save them from being pissed? Or do we hold them for a season? That is the question. We have a bunch of 3-star options that I need to move. Again, Alfano's not really ready, though. I'm kind of okay with just letting these dudes be pissed. We have Alfano, we have Tanner Dickinson. There's Alex Giese. This dude and Ati Letikainen. Okay, let's go just for the lowest rated. So there's Letikainen. There's Alfano. And then there's this dude in Giese. So Letikainen, 3-star, but he's AD. Probably not missing out on much. He's definitely more of a defensive defenseman. Good strength, but I'm cool with moving on from him. Sam Alfano, also an AD development. He's doing really well in Peterborough, but he's pretty well-rounded, but overall, I mean, we have people who are better, so I'd miss him a bit. And then GC at center is an AC development playing for the Sarnia Sting. Might miss him offensively, but we could get a pretty good return here. I forgot to switch the team over from the Ducks, so we're just going to stick with it. And continue to rob Anaheim of, like, all future draft picks. Or not. Honestly, let's go to Toronto, who sucked this past year. And again, we're going to look at GC. We are going to look at Letikainen and Alfano. And talking to the Leafs. Looks like 2 second-round picks is the going rate. So we're going to clear out 3 3-star players for 2 second-round picks from the Leafs, who did have the #1 overall pick in this last draft. So hate to see them go. We'll force that one through because we know they'd accept. And that frees up some roster spots. We're technically on 45 contracts, which means at the end of this season, I should have no problem signing Swanson, Aversion, Laxo, McNamara, and Petra. So we are basically perfectly set up right now. You know, we got a couple guys in the AHL held hostage who aren't going to be too happy about being there, but it is what it is. It be what it do. At least they'll get to play. And honestly, if we go to trade offer one more time, let me just go to like Chicago here for the moment because they did just trade Patrick Kane. In terms of the players we had the rights for, there's a bunch of players that are only 2-star potential. And then a crap load of players that are 2.5, but I don't really like to give up on the guys that I actually drafted. So, alright. So I think we are pretty much good to go. The only thing left to do, and again, that is what our roster is looking like. William Karlsson and Patrick Laine are the top options. A lot of younger players in this lineup, a lot of good potentials. So I guess the question now is, can I get to the start of the season? Not enough players. Oh shit, that's right though. We have dudes on international. Who's on international right now? 3 different forwards. Okay. Let's just call up Johnston, Dickinson, and Dean. Remember when I wasn't going to stream that late? Get addicted to this game, man. Sim to the next day. Actually, we might end up calling it here. Maybe. Possibly. And we'll see what happens. And that way, when we play probably tomorrow, we get to get a look at our finalized team and then take a look around the league, because again, there were some crazy moves. Patrick Kane now in Calgary. Salary cap reminder. Yeah, I'm not too worried. How long until the season starts? October 6th. Yeah, let's wait it out. Let's wait it out. We will call it there for tonight, because otherwise I'm going to play for another half an hour, and I am dead tired, so...